Hi there, folks, and well, it's me. Focus. Thank you. Anyway, it has been quite some week for me, and as you can tell, I just left a meet and greet somewhere in the town of Avalon, which is an hour over from where I am. So took the bus, and of course, like I said, it took an hour to get there. Now, it lasted from it started from 6, and well, around 10:30 to be exact. So it was a Twitch meet and greet, a community meet and greet. So I RSVP'd early, and as you can tell, I have the name tag to prove it. So yeah, I went up there and just stayed for the duration of the session. Namely, all I did really was just stayed there for the most part, and what you usually do, you mingle. They had three different sessions. Two were talking about the changes that were happening with Twitch, or about to happen at Twitch. The first one, in which I caught a bit of, was they mentioned that the execs were there. Some of the execs were there, and that they were going to do a few changes to make it more of a community, more of a community than it is now, featuring a thing called guilds. Now, as far as I know, and I'm putting the two and two together. So, the first half was about the changes that they're going to have for Twitch, and the second half was about these changes that they're going to have for Twitch. And of course, they had quite a few number of streamers there, and they had a lot of questions, and I basically sat there, listened in. And the one thing I kind of kept listening to were the following words: affiliates and partners. And it kept mulling over in my head: guilds, affiliates, and partners. Oh my. Guilds, affiliates, and partners. Oh my. You put them all together, where you get gaps. That's right, gaps. Now, they said they're going to it's been around for quite some time, and knowing how Twitch has been, and knowing how being a content creator is quite difficult enough, to where it takes quite a great deal of time and effort to get noticed on Twitch. And that time and effort, I personally do not have. And despite all the various offers regarding partnerships and whatnot, in which I have not taken because they do not appeal to me. The games that they offer are just not appealing. They're practically mobile games, gotchas. Like, yeah, I'm good. aside from that, it was basically more or less a wait and see. Because that's what I felt like. Just like it's basically more wait and see than anything else. They may say it sounded like a good idea, but then, I'm a skeptic. It's more like, I'll see it when I believe it. Excuse the yawn. It's not just that, I'm going into the whole detail about my whole week. Okay. I mean, the last thing was the Twitch thing. That was the whole meet and greet session that I had to walk around to find after hopping off the bus. Mind you, first time being in Vernon. So therefore I'm like, I said, okay, I had to treat this like an RPG. Okay, pull out my handy dandy da 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 da. Oh hey. Let me pull out my phone, which doubles as a map. So basically, walked around for a bit. And good thing I did that. Excuse me, because going to was like, okay, I'm going straight. And the fact that the map basically zooms in, it just threw me off. So basically, I had to walk. I basically walked in a straight line the entire time, just walked straight on. And then after that, as soon as I was done, basically, I said, okay, let me just walk straight and walk to say, yeah, like I said, it's been a very long week for me. Thankfully, the area had a few checkpoints to me that really did help. There was a McDonald's there, and across from the McDonald's were a bunch of industrial buildings. So what I did was I walked past the McDonald's for a moment. I was still looking for said location. So what I did was I walked straight, then I turned around because I'm trying to get my bearings straight. I said, okay, if I walk this way, if I made a turn here, okay, I'm going to right over here. Okay, good. And then if I do this, I'm going right over here. Okay, and if I do this, okay, I'm right at the spot. Okay. So, checked in. Took a seat, had to basically catch my breath because it basically wore me out. So after the meet and greet, I went to the booths. And they were like about 3 booths. One of them, I gave a little something to because, donations and whatnot. And mind you, I signed up for each one of them. One was an art booth, which original art. So I saw what this couple, they were selling their original art, and their art, and they also do art streams. So what I did was I did the following. I said, you know what? I'll follow you guys. And I introduced myself. I said, well, I pulled out my phone. I say, this is me on Twitch. Basically, your phone is your calling card. So what you stream and you have it out. So okay, this is your calling card. So that's what I did. I was like, okay, here's my calling card. let them know, oh, I followed you guys. Let me pull this out right now as we speak, because that way I can tell you exactly who I follow on Twitch. Okay. Hyde Hermit Studio. That's what it's called. Hyde Hermit Studio. And they do art streams. So they do original art. So what I did was I followed them. Because, you know, I don't have enough art streams in my feed, and you know, they said, you know, I just said, well, I do retro games, so they want to know my time, so I said, well, I usually do my streams around 5 to 8, so therefore, you know, that's depending, it might be 4 to 7 or 5 to 8, because usually that is my schedule. I usually stream in the evening, Pacific Standard Time. So, therefore, you know, I just let them know, oh, hey, I can make you stream. If you say, well, what time you stream? It's like, oh, we stream around 10. I was like, oh, okay, no problem. Because, like I said, I only stream like 3 hours, give or take. If I stream longer, it's because I'm in the zone. If I stream shorter, I'm still in the zone, but, you know, it's feasible. That's all. It's very feasible. So, another one, next to Hyde Hermit Studio, was, basically something which should be mentioned, that I just said, you know what, I signed up for it too, and I gave a little donation as well, and this is called Stack Up. And as I'm reading the back of this, yeah, this is the front, this is the back, okay? So I'm showing you the front of it. And it says right here, Stack Up is a 501c3 tax-exempt organization supporting active and veteran service members from the U.S. and allied nations by promoting positive mental health and combating veteran suicide through gaming and geek culture. We are a comprehensive approach consisting of 4-pillar programs: supply crates, air assaults, the stacks, and the Overwatch program. For more information, visit us at stackup.org. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at stackup.org, spelled out STACKUPDOTORG. And of course, they have a Discord, which I'm going to put up in the video after I'm done with this. But this is who they are. They do this. They legitly do this, and it's a wonderful thing because, you know, as it says here, our volunteers help bring comfort and friendship to veterans coping with PTSD or transitioning back to civilian life. Those are what the stacks are for. Video game care packages full of the latest games and consoles sent to deployed units and veterans in need. Those are the supply crates. The Stop Squad is 24/7 crisis intervention and peer-to-peer mental health support for veterans and civilians alike, and air assaults are all expense paid trips for veterans to attend gaming and geek culture events. Now, this is one thing I can say. I rather put in a little something I have in my pocket for something that is definitely going to help in the long run for people who have basically done their due diligence for this country. I have done my due diligence, and I'm not even, I'm not in the service, but I know somebody who was in the service. I know two people who were in services, and they were both my dads. But I say, you know what? I'd rather give to a cause that is going to help in the long run, to help people come back to being, people again. They were soldiers, but now they want to become civilians again. And this helps them in the long run. Of course, I'm not the only person who gave, but if you can give. You give, and comes back. So it's one of the three. There were three that I know that were like they stood out because I just said, well, you know what? I signed up for. Well, I didn't sign up for that, but I followed the art couple. I gave to this organization right here. And they also, don't mind if I basically threw them a shout out. So, guys, y'all doing Lord's work. Truly, you are. So, thank you for that. And there's another one I think is a talent agency. And, I think they provide services for streamers. It's called Phoenix Down. Just like just like Final Fantasy, the titular item of revival of choice, Phoenix Down, spelled Fenix, before it was later preferred as Phoenix. So therefore, that's what it's called. So like I said, I signed this because, well, you want to reach me, here's how you reach me. I gave basically just that much of my information saying, you know what, just in case. Yeah. Because you don't know. Things happen down the road, and, it is what it is. So that was basically the last of everything I had to do this week. Now, before that, let us go to what happened Tuesday. Okay, so for those who don't know, I finished Mafia this week. So that happened Monday, and I put it up on channel, on my YouTube channel, that following day. For Tuesday. Alright, so Tuesday, since I was really busy, I didn't come back home until, say, 11 p.m. And the only reason why I did that is because I had a doctor's appointment. It was my biannual heart checkup. And all I did was just let him know, look, I'm going through some stuff right now. And I only had one question to ask the doctor, aside from other things that were going on, besides me taking this medicine and me taking my medicine and everything. Told him about the side effects I've been having and all that good stuff like that there. The only thing I said was, I've been having a lot of heart scares. I mean, not a heart scare, but I had a lot of health scares, not heart scares. I had a lot of health scares, and it involved my liver. Because all the following times I went to Hubert Humphrey, they said, well, we need to check your liver for this, and knowing me, I don't smoke, I don't drink. And, when I eat, it's usually something that I don't mind wanting to eat, because really, I do eat my share of fruit, vegetables, and the like. So it's not like, I eat junk food, fast food like that. It's like, no, I treat whenever I go out, more like a luxury. More than anything else, I treat that as a luxury more than say, I'm just going out, just be going out. So no, whenever I go out, it don't have to be at Carl's Jr. It don't have to be at Panda Express. It could be, a little mom and pop shop right by my house. And since the place I go to for Chinese, well, it's basically a mom and pop place in which they know my mom, because she was the only other person who basically goes there. And when she did, she usually got herself a bowl, so they know me. So aside from that, I can say that my report, everything came out good, really good. Because I only asked about my liver. The doctor looked at my record. He said, your liver's fine. And I have been so relieved since then, because too many health scares. I've had far too many health scares concerning the changes in my body. And I'm going through enough changes because I'm taking 5 different medications. I'm taking one for my low iron. You know what? Yeah, let me just take this off. So I've had like so much of these health scares, and it has been really, really taking its toll on me. Because honestly, I'm like, why are you calling me about my liver? And I know why. It's just like, no, I understand, but why did I have to go to here, in which you could have told me, oh, go to this hospital to do this, and come back to us afterwards. But like I said, I take 5 different medications. If not the entirety of the week, I do take these medications at least on a weekly basis, like 4 times a week. And let me tell you, it does a number on me. It just knocks me square the hell out. Most people don't know that, but it is what it is. I had to take something from my iron, because apparently I got that from my mom. She had low iron, so I had to take vitamin D for my iron. They put me on new medication for my for my cholesterol, and it's called Izatimbe, or by its other known name as the following: Izatimbe, otherwise known as Zetia. So yeah, I'm taking Zetia now. So I'm taking atorvastatin or atorvastatin for my heart, Zetia for my cholesterol, vitamin D, 2 different vitamin Ds, one for the week and one for the weekend. So I take that. The Cinepril, aspirin, and I can't take that metformin because, my God, that metformin will work my system hard. So let me tell you, I've been really knocked out since. I kid you not, I've been knocked, it's like the medicine I take, it just really does do a number on me. And on top of that, the only thing that I will be doing while all this is going on is I have to go to podiatry. So that means, I got calluses on my feet. I probably need to also take this whatever hell's on my right foot that I've had for years clean off. And hopefully they don't go as far as that. Like, take my foot off immediately. Like, just take this thing that's been basically wearing my foot down. Because it is hard as hell to actually move around. And it's getting harder to move around with this little thing on my foot. Because especially when the skin becomes really hard, it's like I have to basically pull it. Like, ever so gently. It's like I have to really pull it to where it's like it doesn't start bleeding. I can tell you, it's a pain in the ass. So, after my doctor's appointment, took the bus back home, changed my shirt, talked to family for a bit, and headed out to choir rehearsal afterwards. Because it's like, I fasted the night before. So Monday I fasted the night before. Tuesday after that, it's like, okay, now that I got the good news, okay, now I can proceed to coming back down to normal life. So I've been hungry ever since. No, I've eaten, don't worry. But I honestly just felt just like, like exhausted. Yeah. So the other days that I normally I stream on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, but I felt the burnout happening, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do the following. I'm just gonna take a break. Just take Wednesday off. And of course, I said, well, since I'm going to this meet and greet, Friday is definitely just no. Because I was tired enough as is, and I found myself, I felt basically the exhaustion and relief catch up to me, and I was like, I'm done, technically. was like, yeah, I'm done. So are you okay? I'm like, after everything, I was like, yeah, I'm done. So over the weekend, this weekend, after church, then I had practice for another community outreach thing happening next month. And since it's been so long since we had this reunion of sorts, it sort of is a reunion tour thing. And yeah, it'll happen next month in Coachella Valley. So therefore, I'm like, oh, things are gonna be busy again. So between, what I do outside of, Twitch, community outreach, that's a thing. As well as, as well as, our church choir is getting back together and we're doing songs again. So I was like, oh, great. Okay, bring it on. All right. That's all I can do is like, okay, bring it on. And mind you, I'm the only tenor in that group. Yeah, I am the only tenor in that group that can hold that line down. Because I see a few of them coming back, but I'm like, as far as the only living tenor of the group of a few number of years, yeah, I'm the only tenor of that group. While everybody else are soprano, alto, and a hybrid contralto. I'm like, oh, okay, alright. What's the name of the song? So we usually get certain songs in email. And, check it through YouTube and we get, a feel for it. We go over it through practice a couple of times, let it simmer, let it marinate, just so we know the song. We have to know it by beat, melody, basically we have to know it by this. And, we don't really have a time limit, but, we just have to have it in our repertoire. It might be sung during, before the service. Aside from that, yeah, it's just been weird. It's just been crazy, but it's a thing. I'm somewhat active again, and somewhat I'm okay with it. I mean, as far as outside activities are concerned, that's all I've been doing. Trying to make sure that my social side is active. I said my digital side is kind of like, it is what it is. Being the Tenkaichi and, it's like, yeah, okay, Tenkaichi's doing his thing. And then there's me, Izzy. Okay, I'm doing my thing. And, it's like, it is what it is. Aside from that, well, you guys already know what's on the channel. But for those who don't know, I'm still doing Kamikame. So, I'm still doing... Excuse me, going again. The trip is wearing. The trip is actually wearing me really out, almost. Taking me enough strength to make a video to do this. That's another thing I spoke to one of the guys that was going through something. I said, being content creators, I said, people don't know. I said, how many other people be like, oh, I'm worried about this, I'm worried about this. I'm like, me, I'm doing this. If I can pull on my you really want to know what I actually do the entire time? And mind you, I'm using this as an example. Okay, you really want to know what I'm doing while I'm streaming, right? Say I'm playing something off my PS4, right? And I'm just talking. My mind is in Zen mode right now, in which I'm basically getting through a certain part of the game in which if I have to talk, I can talk. If not, I'm going to be immersed in the game the entire time. It's about the same thing if I was, say, on here. I'm looking at the screen. Say if one person shows up, oh, hi, welcome to the stream. Enjoy your stay. Oh, don't worry, I cover games like these all the time. Da 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 da. You know, going through this, going through that, going through my whole spiel and whatnot. I'm not trying to, make waves or anything, but hey, if I, and I'm going to repeat here, because I'm going to basically just say this. If what I do on here, be it YouTube or Twitch, or I should say YouTube and Twitch, because I don't really show my face very often, but when I do, there's a reason behind all this. Well, if I have piqued your interest, then therefore you want to follow me, well, my YouTube channel is, of course, youtube.com/user/PookieIzzy7. As well as my Twitch handle is that's my Twitch handle. So there you go. Now the only thing I just did was, I just basically just branched out. I also have a book in which I can just tell you right now, if you're trying to order it, don't order it right now, because I'm going through transition, trying to get my book to a different publisher. So I learned a few things over this week about, my book. So basically, I still have the rights to it. Yeah, I'll put that around. So the only thing I want to do is I want to get help to, say, find a different publisher to where I'll make something. To where, it'll be accepted and nurtured and, gets that help that it needs, so I can do more with the book. That means I can create the rest of the series. My goal is, as far as an artist is concerned, I want to basically do more with my book series than what I'm doing with it right now. I also want to get my other book out. I'm still working on it, by the way. It's called Wake Up the World Needs to Know. And it's going to have a couple of things, which I don't talk about, but not many know what really goes on in the artoscope of certain issues. And some will kind of be, wow, I never knew this, to, oh my god, he went through this? Wow, okay, I'm going through a myriad of emotions while writing through this, so therefore, it's still work in progress, and for what it's worth, when I'm actually done with the finished project, yeah, I pretty much picture a lot of sleepless nights ahead when I'm actually done with it. And of course, that means, hopefully by then, with my case still nearing the finish line. That's where I stand. My disability case is nearing the finish line. So therefore, something will indeed happen. I'm just going to leave it at that. Aside from that, channel. So, like I said, it's still Kamikame to me. But at the same time, I'm going to transition from Kamikame to October. So what does that mean for October? Well, I thought about a name for it. And it may be corny, it may be cheesy, but I call it Red October. Yeah. And I do have my selections of what I'm going to be doing for Red October. It won't be the damn game, I can tell you that right now. It will not be the hunt for Red October. I can assure you right now. It is not going to happen. Thank you. Since I have to deal with my most boring of nemesis around, which is horror. Well, I'm going through, of course, different aspects of what it should be, which is thrillers. Which, not just horror alone, but more about the aspect of, a thriller, that sort of thing. So, what I have lined up will be, or I should say, what I'm working on right now, but I already have parts of it up, and I'm going to be working on it more, are the following. I got Alan Wake, Persona, and I will eventually be doing Silent Hill 2. And possibly after that, Shadow Warrior 2, because, I need to get my fill of playing, I need to get the snarkiness. I need to have the snark, I got to have my favorite level of snark, it's like it's over the top stupid violence, and I welcome that kind of violence. I welcome that sort of madness, and I like it. I really do. Plus, it's the monotony of, everything that has happened is happening, and with everything that is happening, I just need a release. I need to free the beasts. It's been kind of really rough on my end, and let me tell you, it's like it's a thing, really is a thing. So aside from everything that I have been going through, it's still a fight for me. And I'm almost over that last hump. I just got to get through the rest of this month and October. Another thing I will be doing in my offline life, I have a 6-week seminar I'm going through with, which speaks about chronic illness and what I have, cerebral palsy. It's a chronic illness, for those who don't know. So therefore, they call me back, say, are you available? I'm like, sure. So every Thursday, thankfully it is on a Thursday. I don't have to go up there until, say, next Thursday. Because it's only 6 weeks, so therefore it's a lot to cover. And plus they had seen me before, and there are some new faces, so it's all about the awareness. Plus, I don't know, 2 hours. I get up around 8. I can catch the bus at 9, and hopefully be there for 10. Traffic withstanding, of course. And then, after that, hey, I can go back home, or I can go get something quick to eat, and then go back home and, do whatever the hell else I feel like doing. Aside from that, as far as auditions are concerned, I can't talk about it because most times I don't talk about them, because most times when I'm doing these auditions, they say don't share it on social media. So that's what I'm doing. I'm not sharing it. Therefore, it's mostly confidential. With that said, all I'm going to do now is, when you see this, it'll be up later today, like around 3 p.m. at the most, Pacific Standard Time, so y'all might see it around like 6, 7 if you're on the East Coast. Something like that. So I still got, projects going. I started up 2. So, like I said, I'm still going through Kamikami, so I'm still going through Mario RPG. Just haven't gotten around to it yet. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. I haven't gotten around to finishing Nimbus Land, because that's where I am. So after Nimbus Land, there'll be the final world, and, gotta go through that. As far as for Sunday's concerned, yeah, there's Star Ocean till the end of time, and Tokyo Xanadu. So, Tokyo Xanadu, and after that, I think I might be working on something else after Tokyo Xanadu. As well as, I still got Danganronpa to do, so that's gonna... I only got 2 more. Madison, let me tell you. What I was saying, I got 2 more cases I need to do for Danganronpa, and then that's it. I will not be doing any more of that series because, like I say, it's one of those kind of, it's the antithesis to Ace Attorney. Because you're solving the case, a murder case, in a totally different aspect, unlike in Ace Attorney games, in which you're basically doing a Columbo. You're doing the how as well as the who. So you're figuring that out. It's about the same thing as what I'm doing. It's about the same thing as, say, this, the how and, who done it, that sort of thing. So, there's that. Got a lot of mail that's just slipping out because, oh my god, the mail is crazy, let me tell you. And basically just taking care of this and taking care of that, and, sort of thing. So there's that. So that's it. I'm gonna be working on a few videos throughout this throughout the rest of this morning. So but I am gonna be working on a few more videos for Warriors of Orochi, Tokyo Xanadu. Another one I've started up, but I haven't really, gotten into it yet, and that's gonna be another one. And that's Yuga Gotoku 4. And it plays a little different, but it's still Yuga Gotoku. So there's that. And I already said what I'm still working on as far as Kamikame is concerned. I also got another episode of Chestofobscurity ready for October. Because it is Red October, and, horror is the theme of the usual thing that I do that I don't really care much for, but I just do it just to get it out of the way. It's just like with February. I don't touch it, but I just want to do something just to get it out of the way. I think that's the running theme with me. Just want to get stuff done just to get it out of the way. So I'm taking basically a page out of a used book and just start doing videos. And then, after I'm done with the video series, just start posting them. Let me tell you, doing content, I shouldn't say content, but being a content creator, that's hard work. Most people don't see it, but that's hard work. I think that's something I need to show before I actually end this video. I know it's been like 50 some odd minutes, 53, but please. I think I still have it, but I'm not sure if I got it, but I'm going to get up for a sec. And back down for a sec. And yeah. Guess what I found? Well, I was just going through some stuff, basically. Focus, please. My scheduler. So yeah, I got my scheduler. Back in my possession. And oh boy, I got quite a bit to update as far as my game completion list is concerned, as well as other things that are going on. So far, coming back to it, I have 180. Mind you, it's game completion. So therefore, games are beaten over the course of my content creator journey. So far, I count 180, and I still gotta fill out my backlog. So there's that. So, yeah, I just wanted to share that. So that said, yeah, I had quite the week. And oh boy, let me tell you, as a certain song says, the best is yet to come. Apologies if, for some reason, this part of the video seems a bit blurry. I can't understand it. It's a webcam. It just strangely happens. So, until next time, I'm home. I'm gonna be busy. I'll see you next stream when I start up Seiken Densetsu 3 Trials of Mana for the Sony PlayStation 4. Until then, bye now.